Ever wondered about the origins of everything? Beginnings are always a good place to start. Genesis, the first book of the Bible, provides an enthralling insight into the very dawn of creation. It illustrates the creation of the heavens, the earth, and every living creature, including inaugural humans named Adam and Eve. However, this was short-lived. Adam and Eve to temptation, disobeying the direct command of God, leading to their banishment from the utopic Eden. This act marked the first ever instance of thus igniting the beginning of a complex and profound relationship between God and humanity. In the unfolding narrative, we are introduced to Cain and Abel, the sons of Adam and Eve, the first siblings born to humanity's inaugural couple. They were raised side by side, cared for and cherished by the same hands and hearts. They spent their days frolicking under the expansive sky, entranced by the awe-inspiring spectacle of God's fresh creation. Like Adam and Eve, these two sons were assigned the responsibility of making their own contributions to the world. Cain, the elder, turned to the fields, diligently plowing the earth and harvesting its bounties. His hands were calloused from the toil, his skin bronzed by the sun's rays. Abel, however, found his vocation among the animals, tending to the flock and caring for the earth's creatures. Their offerings to God were more than just the fruits of their labor. They were acts of reverence toward their Creator. When the occasion arose to bring forth their offerings, both sons the finest products of their hard work. Cain came forth with his choicest crops, cultivated with affection and dedication, while Abel showcased the most superior of his flock. As the tale tells, God looked favorably upon Abel's offering over Cain's. This unanticipated preference ignited a surge of hurt and resentment inside Cain. His heart was burdened not with love or devotion, but with a consuming jealousy. This unexpected divine preference deeply upset Cain, leading to a heated argument between the brothers. The sense of rejection overwhelmed him, and the first seeds of discord were sown in the human family. The story, however, is not one of violence, but of sibling rivalry, jealousy, and the complexities of divine preference. As the human race flourished and multiplied across the breadth of the earth, the seeds of sin and evil took root and burgeoned within the hearts and minds of mankind. Every soul was tainted, marred, wicked deeds and cruel intentions except for one, Noah. This humble and righteous man was a beacon of virtue amidst the sea of corruption that had befallen his era. God, deeply grieved by the wickedness that had permeated his creation, decided upon a course of action to cleanse the world, to wash away the sins had been committed. He resolved to enact a great cataclysm, a flood of a magnitude beyond anything the world had ever witnessed. The deluge would so extreme that it would wipe clean the slate of the earth, eradicating the sinners, the evildoers, and the transgressors. But in his mercy, he spared Noah, the one true beacon of righteousness left in the world. God, in his infinite wisdom, instructed Noah to construct an enormous ark, to take with him his family, and to gather pairs every creature on earth, to ensure their survival and the continuity of life itself. So Noah, trusting in the divine mandate, undertook this monumental task. He built the ark, gathered his family, and brought aboard pairs of every creature. They survived the harrowing ordeal of the flood. The world as they knew it swept away, replaced by a clean and pure earth. God then made a solemn promise to Noah, a covenant symbolized by the captivating beauty of a rainbow, vowing never again to destroy the world by the means of a flood. The descendants of Noah, having survived the great flood, multiplied across the vast expanse of the earth. They grew in number and strength, populating the barren lands and establishing their presence in all corners of the world. Throughout this period of expansion, the descendants of Noah started growing arrogant, believing themselves to be the supreme power. Their audacity reached new heights as they began constructing a lofty tower, a monument that was to be their testament of unrivaled power and a symbol of rebellion against the God who had once saved them. In this arrogance, they aspired to touch the heavens themselves. They wished to stand shoulder to shoulder with God, challenging his divine authority. This tower, which they saw as a beacon of their own power, was a direct challenge to God's supremacy. It was a monument to their hubris, of the divine order, but the Almighty God, in his infinite wisdom and justice, responded to their insolence in a way that they were not prepared for. He confounded their language, making them incomprehensible to each other. Suddenly their united front was shattered as misunderstandings and confusion sprouted amongst them. Their plans for the tower were thwarted, their unity was broken, and they were forced to scatter across the earth. This scattering led to the population of different regions and gave birth to the diversity of languages and cultures we see today. God's response to their rebellion not only put an end to their arrogance, but also resulted in the rich tapestry of human diversity that we celebrate and cherish today. The book of Genesis then introduces us to Abraham, a towering figure whose importance can't be overstated in God's grand design to bless all nations. This man, Abraham, possessed an unyielding faith and was chosen to play a key role, a protagonist, if you will, in the divine narrative. Conversations with God are not casual affairs, and when God communicates with Abraham, he comes bearing an extraordinary promise, one of almost unimaginable scope. God pledged to transform Abraham's descendants into a great nation. This profound promise was not just about numbers, but about influence and impact that would ripple through generations. It was about changing the course of history and humanity forever. The narrative focused to the lineage of Abraham. It isn't just a family tree that unfolds, but a rich tapestry of intertwined lives, each character etched with their own virtues and flaws. The story becomes a chronicle of their collective journey. This journey, however, wasn't a simple road trip. It was a traverse through a vast wilderness of trials, triumphs, losses and gains. These experiences, diverse as they may be, were not random events. They were threads woven together in the grand design of God's promises, each thread contributing to the rich tapestry of God's unfolding plan. We see the family navigating through testings of faith, struggles for survival, constant confrontations of morality, and more. Yet, in each chapter of their journey, one element remains constant: God's unwavering faithfulness to his promises. We're reminded time and time again that God is not a spectator in this narrative. He is an active participant, guiding and guarding this family through every twist and turn. He is ever present, constantly reassuring them of his steadfast love and commitment, fulfilling his promises in ways they could never have imagined. This is not a story of a passive God, but a God who relentlessly pursues his people, who keeps his promises even when those promises seem impossible. The rest of Genesis focuses on his family and their journey through various challenges, showcasing God's unwavering faithfulness to his promises. In conclusion, the book of Genesis offers an intriguing account of the world's creation, humanity's early history, and God's relationship with mankind. Genesis, being the first book of the Holy Bible, sets the tone for the entire biblical narration. It is here that we glimpse the extraordinary power of God in action, molding the universe from the void. The creation of Adam and Eve, the first humans, marks the beginning mankind and God's profound bond with human beings. This book further narrates the first act of disobedience, a vital story that every Christian knows: the original sin. The sin that had driven out the first humans from the Garden of Eden and set the course for humanity's struggle and redemption. There is the first murder, where Cain slays his brother Abel, a poignant tale warning of the destructive power of envy and resentment. Genesis also chronicles the Great Flood, a divine cleansing of the earth, and the story of Noah's Ark, a symbol of hope amid destruction. Then there's the Tower of Babel, a tale of human arrogance and the subsequent divine intervention that results in linguistic diversity. Finally, we see God's covenant with Abraham, the chosen one, which sets the structure for the future of humanity and God's chosen people. Genesis, beyond its accounts, presents a rich tapestry of stories and themes that continue to resonate with us today. The book of Genesis is not just a story of beginnings, it is a testament of God's enduring love and faithfulness and the promise of a hopeful future. Did you enjoy our journey through the book of Genesis? If you did, show us some love by hitting that like button. Your support fuels our passion to bring you more intriguing insights from the sacred texts and beyond. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on our future explorations. We have a lot more fascinating journeys lined up for you. Remember, every like, share, and subscription helps us bring these ancient stories to life for everyone to appreciate and learn from. Stay tuned, stay curious, and keep exploring the depths of divinity with us. Until next time.